Everybody, what's going on? Welcome to my channel. I am Tammy. You are here on Tammy Talks, where we talk TV shows, a little bit of pop culture, and everything that comes in between. This is like a random video for me, but I recently binged over like the past 2 or 3 weeks. I binged Love and Marriage Huntsville and immediately got hooked. Now I had previously like seen some clips of the show. I knew the whole Melody Martell situation. I knew that part of I guess you can call it the storyline for the show, but I didn't know anything else about it. I would actually even watch like Rox and Ashley and Bondi's reviews, but I never like really knew what was going on. So I made the decision because I wanted to watch it. So I went back, binge watched it, and I'm like all the way caught up now. And I'm hooked on the show. I want to start recapping the show because I had so many thoughts, opinions, comments, just everything about it. So I actually wanted to do like this precursor video to kind of give y'all where I am with each person so that if you decide to come back for my review, it's not like shocking, I guess you can say. So if you are brand new to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I am chasing 1,000 subscribers, y'all. I am 85% there. So, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. I'm worth it. I'm funny. I'm entertaining and all that good stuff. Thumbs up the video if you enjoy the content. Leave some comments down below. Let's get into it, y'all. So I think the way I'm gonna tackle this is by basically just kind of running through how I feel about each person, and then I'll do like their relationships, and then I think I'm gonna like just touch on like bigger things that I think that I've noticed that I just kind of want to talk about really quick. I don't want to be on here for a super duper long time, so let's get right into it. So, I'll start with Melody. Melody seems cool, right? I think a lot of her blow ups are reactionary. I think a lot of these problems that she ends up having with people are definitely reactionary. Like someone says something to her, instead of her being able to kind of like just let it blow over, she's very reactionary in nature. A lot of that does have to do with the fact that, you know, not only did her marriage fall apart, but her marriage fell apart while filming a reality show. So the world could see on top of it, her so-called friends were, you know, kind of making jabs about it. And, you know, like she had the issues with Tisha, the issues with Kimmy, like she had the issues with those people. So it ended up like, I mean, how would you feel if all of that was happening with you? I do think that she does pick some fights with Martell. There were a couple where it's like if he says stuff, she has to get to a place where she can just let it blow, like let it go over. If he wants to say that he's the one that filed for divorce, let it go. If he wants to come out here and say that you were cheating on him, girl, let it go. But that's a place that she has to get to, and it's not easy. You know what I mean? You've been married to somebody for, you know, 10 plus years. You guys have kids together. And while the cheating may be something you can get past and something you're willing to work on, him having another child and continually to see that woman is not. Martell is a classic narcissist. He's damn near a psychopath. I think with Martell, like he knows he's handsome, he's educated, and in his mind, that means that the world should be given to him. I also think a big problem with Martell is he sees how Marsau runs his household and the fact that Tisha jumps whenever Marsau snaps his fingers. Marsau has control over Tisha's, you know, her career. He doesn't have to do anything with the kids. And I think the issue was Martell saw that and kind of felt that that's how his household should be run as well. But he had a different kind of wife. You know what I mean? And I think for Martell, he just can't accept and admit the fact that he messed up. So instead of him being honest with himself about that, he chooses to pick fights with her. He chooses to say whatever comes to mind first as a way to like get back at her. So like, you know, I mentioned before the fact that he'll say oops, the fact that he'll say she cheated, the fact that he likes to throw at her, oh, but this woman was doing something for me that you wouldn't, which I'm assuming Mel wasn't giving head. I think that's the rumor that was going around. So instead of Martell just kind of being like, I messed up, let's at least still try to be friends for the kids, he likes to have these big explosive um arguments with her in which he really just makes himself look stupid. So then we have Maurice and Kimmy. I did like them, but I see that Maurice really does keep her in the dark. So on the season, we saw them get married. Kimmy is extremely strong. She's independent. She's a registered nurse, and I believe she just does real estate part time. What really bothered me with them was how Maurice kept saying that he wants Kimmy to do something that she's passionate about and that she absolutely loves. And she kept telling this man, nursing is what I'm passionate about, what I absolutely love. And being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. It's just not. I work in corporate America. I work a 9 to 5. I know that my paycheck is coming the 15th and the 30th of every month. I know how much that paycheck is going to be. I depend on that paycheck. I personally cannot see being an entrepreneur. Um, I like the structure. You know what I mean? I need a set schedule. I start at 7:30. I'm gonna be there at 7:30. When you're an entrepreneur, you set your own hours and you have the flexibility that does work for you and how you can kind of live your life. But some people are okay with that and other people need structure. And I guess I just don't understand. Like Maurice doesn't understand that you need people that work in corporate America. You need people to be nurses. You need people to be, the 9 to 5ers that help really keep the world running and do the other odds types of jobs. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur. The world would not run efficiently the way that it should. That's just what it is. We can see that Maurice has some of the old fashioned type of views that Marsau has, but I feel like he can't control Kimmy the way that Marsau can control Tisha, so it kind of falls flat. My biggest issue with them has been the fact that he lets Kiowa, his son Monster, which I don't know why they call that boy Monster. He's a 13, 14-year old black boy living in the South. Calling him Monster just does not seem like the best idea. Nonetheless, Maurice is not able to control Kimmy in the way that he wants to, but he lets Kiowa basically run stuff in their marriage, whether he notices it or not. The fact that Kimmy has to like walk eggshells around Kiowa in order for them to get Monster to come live with them. The way that Kimmy has had to bite her tongue and kind of be disrespected with Maurice not saying anything, mainly because he, wanted to get his son, which it seems like Kimmy is doing a lot of the child rearing right now. So, but I do like them. I think Maurice is a decent guy. He doesn't like he's not overly annoying. He actually listens to her, and for the most part he gives Martell and Marsau really good advice, whether they decide to take it or not. Marsau and Tisha. I well, I'm sure Tisha is a lovely person, a lovely woman. She's educated, she's pretty. Um, this show is just not putting her in the best light. When I first started watching it, I was talking to Rox. Y'all know it's Rox. I was talking to her on Instagram and I would like write her and be like, Tisha is giving single white female vibes. And it does come across as Tisha being kind of, I don't want to say jealous of Mel, but she looks like she's kind of jealous of Melody. You know what I mean? And I think it's because Melody is living the life that Tisha wants. Melody is able to balance her kids, have this career that she has, on top of, turning into a what is the word? Like a reality star. On top of that, she's selling clothes. She's doing all of this and she's doing it on her terms, the way that she wants to do it. Melody also had the help from her husband in the house. Martell was hands on with their kids. Marsau was not. Marsau didn't know that the little boy was allergic to peanuts. That was alarming. You almost killed your child trying to give him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But I think Tisha has allowed herself to be put into that tight little box. Marsau doesn't want her to work. He doesn't want her to work. He doesn't want her to do anything that he can't control, that he doesn't have control over. So he throws the shots at her and says that she's outsourcing the motherhood and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, girl, like, is it worth it? That's the thing. Their marriage, will it last? I don't know. I don't know. I think as I've been watching it at least, we have seen every season Tisha gets a little bit more confidence, and it's going to get to a point where she's going to be completely tired of being controlled. On top of the fact that she has her mama right here in her ear doing a lot of damage. I think Miss Wanda is a problem. Miss Wanda is a huge problem. And I get that she is Tisha's mother, and we want to show respect to elders, and you don't want to disrespect somebody's mother. But the way that they've been patient with Miss Wanda, Melody, and Kimmy, and Tisha is really constantly allowing her mother to drive wedges in her marriage, in her friendships. It's a matter of time before Wanda drives a wedge between Tisha and her kids, or between Tisha and like business associates. Tisha's a grown ass woman. I think she said she's 40 or close to 40. They're like, you don't need your mother fighting your battles. You just don't. And a lot of times, her mother makes everything worse. Her mother is hyping up this and hyping up that. I just feel like Miss Wanda, for one, has gone from being a character on the show, kind of like a recurring, I give her a recurring character on this show, where we see her like family events and stuff, and it's just kind of like, okay, she got one of them mamas that's just, out in it and whatever, to now it's like her mother is doing anything she can for the camera time. So it's like you can see that switch that pops in where she is like, all right, action. You know what I mean? And I first saw it, I feel like I saw it season 2, but I really saw it. It was season 3, and it was when Melody got into it with Miss Wanda they were at Black for, who were they there for? I think it was like the Scott boys like graduation to 8th grade party, when they went on the party bus, and she was telling her to stay with Martell because she loves him. And they have this big blow up scene, and then she gets into it with Kimmy. And her and Kimmy are going back and forth, and then we see Miss Wanda come outside, and she's laughing. And I was like, girl, you did all that for the cameras. And if Tisha don't get her mama together and get on top of the situation with her mother, her mother will be the cause of her losing everything. And then it's going to turn into resentment with her mother. Check your mama. Your mama should not be coming up to anybody that is a peer of yours and speaking on your behalf, talking out of turn, and that's what her mother is doing. Time and time and time again. Destiny. Destiny is like very full of anger. I like Destiny. She's cool, but I feel like she kind of flips out from when she flipped out because Kimmy didn't know who she was, and she is very passive aggressive. That's what Destiny is. She's very passive aggressive, and I feel like she takes a lot of things to heart. She's another one that just doesn't know how to let things just kind of blow over. Let stuff blow over. Like the whole situation with Tiffany and at her brunch. You're mad at Melody because somebody that she brought said something to you. Yes, Tiffany probably shouldn't have brought that up at the party. But does that mean you get mad at Melody and think that Melody is like out to get you? Does that mean you keep harping on it? You kept screaming that it was ice cold tea, But it clearly was a little lukewarm because like you were offended by that. You were hurt by that. If you're divorced from this man now and you've already dealt with that situation, why are you making a big deal about it? Why are you making a big deal about it? Tiffany and Lewis. Tiffany hiding behind the guise of I'm a very transparent, authentic person is bullshit. Being very transparent and authentic is one thing. You choosing to throw people's shit in their face is another. A lot of the stuff that Tiffany asks is not only um, not at the right time, but it's just inappropriate and it's just out of line considering you're not really cool with them women to do that. You know what I mean? I do think that Melody protects her a lot, but I think a lot of it ends up being like Tiffany says a lot of the stuff that Melody's kind of thinking. But because Melody has, I think that Melody is a decent enough friend. She seems like a good friend that she's not going to throw stuff like that in your face. Tiffany likes to stir the pot and then she cries in that moment. Then she goes home and is about it with her husband. And it's like, girl, pick a lane. Are you apologetic or are you not? Were you ready for, this drama that you're bringing or not? Because you can't talk about certain things and throw stuff in people's faces and then get mad and get hurt and get offended when they get mad and get hurt and get offended when people give it back to you. Lewis, I feel like feels like he's better than the men because he has been married twice. So does he have more experience? Sure. I personally don't think that somebody being in their second or third marriage means that they are better equipped to give advice to anybody. Because my thing is, it's taking you 3 tries. It's taking you 2 tries to get to the nitty gritty. It's taking you X amount of, marriages to really try to figure it out. So I hate how he tries to always impart advice. Cedric, he has had so many hairstyles in here. What I don't care for about Cedric, he seems like a wonderful guy. I will say that. He seems like a really good friend, but I think Cedric just needs to learn to let things play out. The whole let's always try to bring people back together. When people fall out, you have to let people get back together naturally and on their own terms. You can't force a friendship to mend. And I think Cedric, it's clearly easier with men, but I think that Cedric does these things, one, for camera time, and two, just to be doing it for like his own gratification. Like you can't keep trying to get people to forgive each other when they're just not there yet. Some issues that I have seen from the show that I want to talk about. Tisha wanted Kimmy to have her back without doubt, unequivocally. That's not gonna work. The whole situation where Kimmy admitted, yes, we talked about Melody posting on the season 1 reunion. Y'all did talk about her posting. I don't know how that's not her having your back. They rolled the tape. So it's like Tisha, I think, because she feels like she can't kind of go off on Marsau, she chooses Kimmy as a target because for the most part, Kimmy has not been giving it back to her. Kimmy is mature. Kimmy keeps it cute. Kimmy's like not gonna deal with the bullshit because she has raised her child already. So like I don't get that. The whole I always want to I don't have a sister. I have a sister-in-law, sister in love, as people call it. I have a sister in love. I call her my sister, but you didn't grow up in the house with this person. You know what I mean? They're not your blood sister. So there are going to be times when you have differences. You don't always agree with something. Do I believe in having a united front? Yes. But this is different when you guys are on TV and it's being filmed. You know what I mean? The whole situation with Jalen working at Black, mess. Should Martell and Melody be invited on other group trips? No, because y'all are ruining everybody's trip. You know what I mean? But I feel like the real issue is y'all keep having these conversations about marriage. Stop talking about their divorce. They're divorced. Let it go. Stop talking about it. It was one other thing. What else was I gonna bring up really quick before I get off of here? I can't think of it. It was something else. I can't think of it. That's it for now, though. Again, subscribe to my channel. I'll be back tonight because I'm caught up with the recap. Leave some comments down below, and I'll check y'all later.